agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, basking in the sunshine once again. Lower humidities, hardly a breeze out there at all. Just another one of those summer days, and here we are ending the month of September. It has not been a real warm September based on records. It's a milder September, but we've had a lot more of months like this where it has been a whole lot warmer and a number of record-breaking high temperatures. We're not seeing that this year, but we are seeing some very unusually dry conditions, kind of exacerbated because of the dry summer that we had. And unfortunately, for some of the crops, they suffered a little bit. And farmers are beginning to see that right now as far as their yields are concerned. Maybe the size of the harvested crop a little bit less. But overall, it's been a decent September for folks to get a lot of work done. Quite a bit of work has been done, and now they're working to put some wheat in some of these fields that have already been harvested. It's just a very busy time of the year here in the Great Lakes Bay Area and in the state of Michigan for that matter. We'll go through some of the crop progress reports as we go through the program today. We'll also be taking a little bit more of an in-depth look at the southwest corner of the Lower Peninsula and see how they're faring over there. All of that coming up. Right now, Matthew, temperature-wise, what are we seeing?
Currently, over at the airport, it's sunny at 66. Over in Midland, it's sunny at 70. Here at Radio Center, it's sunny at 71. We have northeast winds at 6 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.28, and it's rising.
We're not expecting these temperatures to be a lot warmer than what they were yesterday, but still quite a bit above average, a good 10 to 12 degrees above average. Our projected high is going to be 78. We should be at 68. And our overnight low, 52, 53, 54, 47 is what we should be looking at as well. Quite a couple of active systems over in the Atlantic area, especially southeastern portions of the continental United States. Looks like they're going to get off with maybe some rain in a few areas, but that's going to be about it. North and South Carolina and Virginia will be wet as we go through the next day or so, but both of those systems will be moving off into the Atlantic and moving away from the continental United States. As we mentioned yesterday, we owe that to a frontal system that did move through Michigan and really didn't give us much of anything. It was a very dry front. But what that front did was set up a dividing line, and those two low-pressure systems just could not cross into the continental United States. By contrast, over in the Pacific Northwest, we're beginning to see weather that's a lot more like it should be in that part of the country. It's going to take a little bit, though, for that activity to move very far to the east. It might make it into the Dakotas and possibly Minnesota, but there's still that upper dome that has been sitting for, a few weeks. And that dome is not going away anytime soon. And it's keeping a lot of that moisture up into the northern plains and eventually moving up into Canada. The other location, which has been experiencing some crazy weather, has been the southwestern part of the continental United States, but all that activity has kind of tapered off a little bit, so there's not as much a concern as what there was a couple of days ago. So temperature-wise, you kind of get the idea. We're looking for a high temperature of 78 with sun. We are going to get a little bit more of a northeast breeze, as we indicated yesterday. Late this afternoon, that wind speed will pick up a little bit out of the northeast at about 25 miles per hour, which is something, quite frankly, we haven't seen much of lately. Clear skies tonight with a low of 52. A northeast breeze will taper off, but still about 10, 12 miles per hour. Sun will set this evening at 7:19, rise tomorrow morning at 7:34. Now, during the day tomorrow, we'll have a few more clouds around. A weak system is going to try to drop down through the lower peninsula. It will, but there's literally nothing in the way of precipitation involved with it. We will have an east breeze about 7, 8 miles per hour, so quite light once again. 71 will be our high tomorrow. Again, that a function of the cooler water and the wind blowing off of that water, blowing into the Thumb area and the Great Lakes Bay area. 71 for a high, 46 for a low, still running above normal. Thursday, mostly sunny skies. Those clouds will be going away. We might have a stray cloud here and there, but that's going to be about it. 73 for a high on Thursday, 49 for a low on Thursday night. A light southeast breeze. That's what we're going to be looking at on Thursday. Preview of the weekend, Friday is it. There is going to be a low pressure system over South Dakota, but that low is going to be moving up into Canada as we go through Friday night and early Saturday morning, ushering in along with it, because of that counterclockwise circulation and the clockwise circulation of that dome of high, it's going to be drafting some warmer temperatures once again. Looking at a high on Friday of 82, clear skies Friday night, close to 60 for a low. So a very nice evening coming up on Friday night. And if you've got activities going on the weekend, not a problem. You won't have to worry about anything. Your tank top, your shorts, anything's going to work. Middle 80s for a high on Saturday and Sunday, upper 50s to right around 60 for a low on Saturday night and Sunday night. Now, there is going to be a front in the Upper Peninsula on Saturday, but right now that front is not going to do much of anything until very possibly late in the day on Monday or Monday night. But Monday, we're going to be looking at a few more clouds around, but still sun, 82 for a high on Monday. And quite frankly, the work week next week looks pretty mild, because all the way through the 13th of October, we're looking for our temperatures to be much above normal for this time of the year, precipitation pattern to be at. And then as we get closer to next weekend, we're going to see a little bit of a turn as far as the moisture goes, a little bit more along the lines of above average on the precipitation. So we'll keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of moisture out of that. But we're going to have to wait. We got to be patient. The way things have been going, dry. Well, more dry is in the forecast for the next several days. Record high in the state is 86. It was set back in 2002. The record low is 29. It was set in 1993. The warmest ever 30th of September was in 2002. 86 was our high. 63 was our low. The coolest ever end of September, 1947. 48 was our high. 32 was our low. And a year ago today, 79 was our high. 56 was our low. Now, out at the airport, so far we're running ahead here as of the end of September with where we were the end of September of a year ago by about 1.5 inches. But in many areas other than the airport, we continue to be very dry. And of course, we are well below that average of where we should be and where we were a year ago today. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Matthew, what have we got going on?
Coming up next, we have Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
Before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Rummel Agency. You know, they understand the risks that you face as a Michigan farm and an agribusiness owner. They know that every farm needs vary, like the crops in the fields that they sow. They know you're more than just a number as well. You have family, you have goals, you have dreams for the future, and that these things are very important for you. They want to get to know you one-on-one so they can help you get the right farm insurance protection for you and your family. And it's imperative to keep up to date with the folks at the Rummel Agency because as everything is going, continual changes in your policy more than likely would be necessary in order to keep you protected. They want to see you today in Frankenmuth, Saginaw, and Caro, the Rummel Insurance Agency. And they wish each and every one of you to take a little time and take advantage of the Frankenmuth Corn Maze at Weiss Centennial Farms. We're going to be broadcasting this coming Friday from the Frankenmuth Corn Maze, along with the Rummel Agency and Lingle Equipment, your one-stop Kubota shop. So join us on Friday and find out what's going on at Weiss Centennial Farms in the Frankenmuth area. We say good morning to Abby Twilliger over at the Andersons. Abby, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Terry. Doing pretty well.
Well, are you doing as good as the markets or are you outperforming them?
I think I'm outperforming them.
You think so?
Good for me, bad for all the listeners.
Oh boy. What's causing it now we've got a government report coming out, don't we?
Yes, correct. At noon, so in about 20 minutes, we do have the quarterly stocks, which I guess we'll touch on that real quick. Average guesses for corn, we're going to be down 24% compared to last year at 1.337. Last year was 1.763. Soybeans was down 5.5% at 323 million compared to 342 last year, and wheat was actually up a couple percent at 2 billion bushels instead of 1.99. So that's, I think, has a little bit. I would kind of think that would help prices, but we're seeing down new crop corn's down 3, new crop beans is down 6 right now. I think a lot of that is coming just from the conditions report last night. Corn stayed the same. Beans went up 1 overall, and then also just the typical harvest pressure. Like we are into harvest. Corn in Michigan is 7% harvested. Obviously, a lot of that must be between downstate and then I guess the silage or high moisture. U.S. is at 18%. In Michigan for beans, we're at 14% harvested. In the U.S., we're at 19%.
Yeah, I was just taking a look at those figures, and those figures are pretty much right on where we were or where we should be, let's say, over the last 5 years. Pretty close to average.
Yeah, we're not far off.
No, not at all.
Between a couple percent. And then also the other one that stood out on there for me, I mean, it's pretty close to average, like you said, white wheat planted. We are at 34%, and average is 36%, which I know the last couple days driving around, I have seen a lot of drills out in those freshly harvested soybean fields, and the wheat is getting in the ground.
Yeah, and you've got some really nice seed bed right there, too. All we need is just a little bit of rain.
Yeah, which, as you previously said, is not really in the forecast for a little bit.
But as I understand it, I had a chance to talk to Dennis Pennington just briefly. He mentioned to me that that wheat seed that can stay there for a while as long as the birds don't get at it. So get her in, get it worked in, get it in, and it's going to rain. So sometime, and it'll pop right out of the ground
at some point.
Yeah. Well, the soil temperature is really nice right now for germination.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I'd say we get even if we just get a little spotty shower that, puts a little bit of moisture and gets it going, that would not be a bad thing.
No, not at all. Other factors weighing in on the market right now, Abby?
I mean, there's a little bit of the unknown for what this report's going to do, and just the pressure of harvest. Nothing too crazy. I did see that they talked to Taiwan, I believe it was, about a I believe it was $10 billion deal, which everyone's like, this is great for the farmers. Well, in reality, it's a 4-year deal. If you look over the past 4 years, we've already pretty much done that business or a little more. So it might even be not as good as we have done, but hey, at least it's a commitment. So it's something to put down on the books.
Yeah. So right now on your board, what do you have?
Right now we have corn at $3.53, soybeans at $9.35. If you got any red wheat hanging out, $4.20. White wheat $4.75.
Are we looking at as far as pricing goes down the road?
Down the road, let's see. January for corn, we got $3.89. April $3.98, and then June and July $4.05. Next year, corn is sitting at $3.94. Soybeans, we're looking at $9.37 for January. April's $10.12. June, July's at $10.23. Next fall's crop at $9.80. And if you're getting that wheat in the ground right now, red wheat $4.91, white wheat $5.11 for next summer.
Okay, good to know. Abby, thank you so much. You have a great day, okay?
You as well, Terry. Thank you.
You betcha. Abby Twilliger over at the Andersons. A little bit more in depth. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The Market Report brought to you by Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts, quality service, very competitive prices. They've been doing it for over 45 years. 800-358-4751 or buy online at truckspring.com. And don't forget that service area open Monday through Friday till 11. Market Report also brought to you by Steiner Tractor. You know, they understand how your life and job both stop if that tractor stops running. They do take their job very personally at Steiner Tractor Parts. So when you call them or go online and check in on a part, chances are pretty good they've got it, and they're going to be more than happy to get it for you if they know that they don't have it right there, but they can have access to it. 800-234-3280, that's the number, or you can dial them up at steinertractor.com. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
I was looking for that cheap gas. I'm still
Got it
looking for
yesterday
that
and I'm
cheap
done.
gas. I got to get the dog out and let him sniff it out. Hard to
Good
find.
luck.
Hard to find, if you know what I mean. Yep.
Not going to find it. It's going to be a couple of days while they rake in their millions of dollars in extra profits, while they're buying it on the cheap and selling it, at a premium. That's American way or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, a little bit of a rough market today. Gold, silver, and platinum all hit all-time highs today, except for silver. I think that has to get to about $50. That's when the Hunt brothers took over or tried to take it over. So that's got a few bucks to go, but it's reachable with the right amount of money behind it. So we'll see what happens there. Nvidia, of course, hit an all-time high today. They're screaming higher from some deal they did with one of the other tech companies. FMC, the fertilizer company, hit a new low today. So they got down into the 32s with a 7% dividend. Hard to say what happens here. It's not the farmers that aren't going to use fertilizer, but it's the investment community that says fertilizer is bad. It's a chemical or whatnot. We got to have chicken manure or whatever to grow our crops. So anyway, that's what we're dealing with. Here's your numbers. December corn is 418, down 3.5. March corn is 434.5, down 4. November soybeans 1003 3/4, down 6 3/4. The January soybeans 1022.5, down 7 1/4. December wheat is 515 1/4, down 4 1/4. And the March wheat is 533 1/4, down 4 1/2. Crude oil, 62.57, down 88 cents. Heating oil is 232.71, down 2.2 cents. Gasoline, 192.51, down 1.5 cents. Natural gas is 330.5. That's up 4.25 cents. And I heard that Trump is looking to invest some of our money in coal, trying to get that resurgent going again after Obama kind of sort of shut it down 10 years ago.
That's going to be very interesting to see what
Yeah.
what happens, because obviously it's going to take a little bit of time to get it back and rolling. But to see that initiative, it might be controversial for some folks.
Well, so is nuclear.
Yes.
And they're kind of pushing forward on that. So,
Yeah,
well, we'll see.
That's right.
Over to the currencies. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.39.31 Canadian. That's up 20 ticks. The dollar buys 148 yen. That's down 61 ticks. The euro's at 117.29, up 4 ticks. The dollar's at 97.87, down 31 ticks. Gold is at 38.33, up $12.20. Silver's 46.10, down 51.25 cents. Platinum's at 1609.20, down $23.10. Copper's at 481.35, down 2 3/4 cents.
All righty, Doug. Thank you so much. You have a good one, okay?
Yep, see ya.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They are your Dairyland seed headquarters. Might be a really good idea to check out pricing and see what's available from Dairyland. They're always coming up with new hybrids and new ways of helping you become as profitable as possible. The folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, that's what they're all about. They've been serving you since 1983, and they have you and your farming operation in mind. Freeland Bean and Grain. Check them out. Work with them today. Doug mentioned a little bit earlier about the fertilizer situation. We've got a little bit more information on that from Michigan Ag Today's Eric Pfeiffer.
Fertilizer prices appear to be on the rise again, raising fresh concerns for farmers and food producers across the country. With the story, here's Greg Allen.
After a period of relative stability, prices for key fertilizer components like nitrogen, phosphate, and potash have climbed steadily over the past month. Industry analysts point to several factors, including high energy cost, supply chain disruptions, and reduced exports from major producers like Russia and China. Faith Parham, an economist with the American Farm Bureau Federation, says there are two main factors driving up the cost of fertilizer for farmers and ranchers.
The big drivers are energy cost, mainly because nitrogen fertilizers rely on natural gas. And so other countries have had decreased production due to conflict as well as geopolitical disputes. Overall, there will just again be that uncertainty as the world continues to move around through these geopolitical disruptions.
But higher fertilizer prices don't just affect farmers. The added cost often ripple down the supply chain, from grain and vegetable producers to grocery store shelves, potentially pushing food prices higher for consumers already feeling inflation in other areas. Government agencies are monitoring the situation closely, and some agricultural groups are calling for temporary relief measures or subsidies to help offset the increased costs.
Farmers really just need to be aware and monitoring the market ahead of the next year. And so staying flexible and planning for this volatility will help, manage higher input costs, as well as just being aware of higher input costs across the board.
While it's too early to say how long this trend will last, experts warn that continued volatility in global markets could keep fertilizer prices elevated well into 2026.
Hi, Steve Cook here from Cook Chevrolet in Vassar with a warning that may impact your next vehicle decision. For the last few months, Cook Chevrolet has been advertising fantastic Equinox payments starting as low as $164 a month, and that includes the all-electric Equinox. But the current $7,500 EV tax credit is scheduled to end at the end of September. Payments on the EV Equinox will rise dramatically starting October 1st. And also until the end of September, at Cook Chevrolet, you can still get the the unbeatable $195 lease on a brand new 2025 Silverado pickup. Imagine that, a crew cab Chevy pickup, still under $200 a month. Get out to Cook Chevrolet M15 Top of the Hill in Vassar as soon as possible. Equinoxes, including the EV, one last month from $164. Silverado still only $195.
Payments based on GM employee and family lease. 10,000 miles per year, 2,000 cash down plus tax. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. You got an aging roof? Well, don't even think about replacing it until you have a chance to talk to Ben. AskBenHow.com. That's the website. 989-859-6751. That's the telephone number. Get a free roof assessment today. Give Ben a call today. 989-859-6751. And he'll go up and take a look at it. He does have a product available. It's called Roof Max. It does restore flexibility and extends the life of your roof. So a new roof, maybe. Why don't you try to get the Roof Max process? Because you're going to save thousands of dollars in one big headache, just like me. AskBenHow.com. Remember, a little care today will save you a whole lot more tomorrow. We say good morning to Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, what should we be looking at right now?
Terry, you know that fertilizer program you had, John, just a little minute ago. Right now is a great time to fertilize perennial plants that come back every year. You can fertilize them now. It's late enough in the season. They're not going to put on new growth this year, but you're going to put them away fat and happy and ready to push out and spend all that energy that you're putting down now next spring for better growth. So if you're going to prune a plant hard right now, this time in the dormant period, or you just want general health, the money that you're going to spend putting down fertilizer will do more for your plants than anything else you can do right now. Except for what, Terry? What would that be?
A little water.
Yes, sir.
Jerry, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again. All righty. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. We'll be right back.
PowerLift hydraulic doors. Ever heard of them? PowerLift hydraulic doors is the largest hydraulic door manufacturer in North America, manufacturing and installing hydraulic doors for over 30 years. Covering the entire state of Michigan, we can custom design your new door up to 150 feet by 45-foot clear opening. We can fit your airplane hangar, agricultural shed, industrial or commercial structure with a strong, reliable, and high-performance door. Nothing beats a PowerLift hydraulic door built right here in Marlette, Michigan. Our custom hydraulic doors are designed for your toughest jobs.
Hi, I'm Andy. The price we give you is the installed price, and you deal with us from the beginning to the end. To schedule your PowerLift door consultation, call 989-635-8017 and ask for Andy, or visit powerliftdoorsmi.com. PowerLift Hydraulic Doors of Michigan. When you need it done right, we lift you above the rest.
Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. Those Case IH Farm All tractors are ready to do the job for you. All you got to do is stop by Weiss and pair up the size with the job that you need. Very efficient and very cost effective. Anything happens with a Farm All tractor, and it can happen. It does do it all. See them today at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios. WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. WSGW FM, Carlton. This